Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's tutorial, I'll be walking you through on how to sew this lovely A-line dress. I've done the video on how to cut it in my previous tutorial. Please kindly help me like this video, help me subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you can be notified when I drop amazing content like this one. Thank you. So the first thing to do while sewing your A-line dress is to cut your facing, and I've cut the facing in my previous tutorial while I was cutting the dress. So as you can see, I've also gone ahead to iron my stay on the facing of the back and also of the front, as you can see. So the next thing we'll be doing is to place our facing on our main dress. So we'll be working with the back part first. So I'll be taking the facing of the back and then place it on the fabric. So I'll place it on it like this, and then I'll use my office pin to just hold it down. I'll be holding it down all the way to the tip of the zipper allowance. I'll be doing the same thing for the other part of the back too. I'll place the facing on it like this and then use my office pin to just hold it down. I'll also be placing the facing on the front part of the dress too. So I'll just open the front part like this and then place the facing on it. So I'll be using my office pin to also hold it down. After pinning it down like that, next thing we'll be doing is to take it to the machine to sew. So we'll be using 1/2 inch to just hold the neck part like that to sew it, to do the front part and also for the back part too. This is it after sewing it, as you can see. So we'll just go ahead to remove the pins. After removing all the pins, we'll go ahead to notch it. The reason we are notching the clothes is so by the time we want to top stitch it and also want to iron it, the clothes will relax well. That's the reason we are notching the neck parts. So I'll notch everything round. I'll notch the front part and also notch the back part too. If you want to do the top stitching of the clothes, you won't sew on the main fabric itself. You'll be sewing on the facing, and when you want to sew it, you sew it very tiny, not too big. So we'll take it to the machine to sew now. This is it after I was done sewing it. As you can see, this is what I mean by sewing on the facing, and the sewing is very tiny, not too big like that. Can you see? This is the front part of the dress, and I've also gone ahead to whip the facing. I've also gone ahead to whip the facing of the back too. So the next thing we'll be doing is to iron the facing on the fabric. I'll be showing you how I want to iron the facing on the fabric. So I'll be using my hemming gum to gum the facing to the main fabric, and this is what we call hemming gum. So I'll be using my hemming gum for that. I'll be placing it under the facing and also on the main fabric, and then I'll be using this water to spray. I'll be spraying this water on the clothes. I don't have a steaming iron, so that's the reason I'm using this to just spray water on the dress. So by the time I'm ironing it, it will lay very well. So you can easily get a Pepsi bottle and then put your water into it. So you just create a little hole on the cover part so you can be able to spray it on the clothes. So this is it after I was done spraying on the clothes. So can you see it's laid very well? You first iron that part we top stitched. That part I top stitched, you first put your water on it and then iron it, which I did. So after that, we'll be putting the hemming gum under the facing like this. Can you see? We'll be putting the hemming gum there, and then I'll be spraying the water on it to just iron it. It came out very nice, as you can see. Can you see? So after ironing the facing on the main fabric, you just turn it to the other side and then iron on it. We'll be working on the front parts. The same thing we did on the back part, we'll be doing the same thing on the front part too. I'll be putting my hemming gum under the facing and then spray water on it and then iron. Can you see? So I'll be doing that for the front part too. You'll be turning it to the other side and then iron on it just as you did at the back parts. After ironing the front part too, it came out very nice. Can you see? Very neat and lovely. See the top stitching too, it's not too big and very tiny. So we'll be moving to the other part of the back part and then iron on it. We'll be doing the same thing for it too. We'll be flipping it to the other side too and then iron on it. Can you see? This also came out very nice. After doing all that, we'll be placing the other part of the back on this other side and then hold the zipper parts together. So we'll be placing each other on top each other like this. Can you see? So I left 1.5 inches for the zipper part allowance. So I'll measure that 1.5 inches there and then use my chalk to mark it all the way down to the tip of the dress. I'll mark 1.5 inches down like this. After marking it all the way down, I'll be taking it to the machine to just sew on those marks I made. This is it after I was done sewing the zipper parts. As you can see, it's very straight and neat. So I'll just open it up for you to see like this. Can you see? And I've also gone ahead to iron that part too. The next thing to do is to take the sides allowance. So I'll be turning the back to the front side like this, and then I'll be placing my fronts on it like this. You make sure you arrange the front part on it very well like this. You arrange it so well. After doing all that, you use your pin to pin them down. You pin both the front part and the back parts too, so you can be able to take the allowance. After that, the next thing we'll be doing is to measure half an inch at the tip of the shoulder. So that will be for the sewing allowance. Just mark it there like that. So we'll be sewing on it after taking it to the machine. So we'll just use the pin to hold it down like this. And then we'll go to the side part. I added 1.5 inches for the sewing allowance. So I'll be marking down 1.5 inches on my bust part like this. I'll mark 1.5 inches and then move to my waist. I'll mark 1.5 inches too. So from my waist, I'll join the points I marked to the bust points. So from that waist part, I'll just use my ruler to join it to be straight all the way down to the down part of the dress. You know, it does not have shape. It's going to be just straight because it's a hairline gown. So just mark it straight down to the down parts like this. So the same thing I did at that side, I'll be doing the same thing at the other side of the dress. I'll be taking exactly the same measurements there too, and then I'll take it to the machine to sew. This is it after sewing it, as you can see. So I'll just turn it to the front for you to see it. So we'll remove the pins we use in pinning it down like this. So we will remove everything. And you see, it's exactly what I marked there. I sewed, and also the shoulder part too. I've gone ahead to sew it. So let me turn it to the other side for you to see how it is. Can you see? It came out nice after turning it to the other side. It came out very nice. Can you see? It brought out that A-line shape. It brought the shape out like that. So let me just arrange it for you to see it very well. So I've not ironed it, so that's why it's squeezing. By the time I'm done ironing it, it will lay very well. So I'll be going ahead to whip it after this, I'll be whipping that part, and also I'll be whipping the sides too. So I'll just put it aside to work on the sleeves. So this is the sleeves. As you can see, the first thing we'll be doing is to measure the sewing allowance I added. Though I added 2 inches sewing allowance for the down parts, so we'll be using that 2 inches to fold the tip of the sleeve. We'll just measure 1 inches first like this. We'll fold 1 inch first like this, and then fold another 1 inches. We'll be folding it 2 times. So we'll fold it again like this, and then use our office pin to hold it down. So I'll be doing that all the way to the tip of the sleeve. This is it after pinning it down. So we'll be taking it to the machine to sew like this. We'll sew on that part there like this. So we'll be doing the same thing for the other side of the sleeves too. So I'll just fold my sleeve into two like this, and then take my round sleeve measurements. For my round sleeve, I'll be using 14 inches. 14 divided by 2, that give me 7 inches. I'll mark the 7 inches there like this. And then for the down round sleeve, I'll be using 6.5 inches, which is 13 inches divided by 2. So I'll be joining the 2 points together, and then I'll be doing the same thing for the other side of the sleeves too. So I'll take it to the machine to sew. This is it after I was done sewing it. As you can see, this is the sleeve. I've gone ahead to sew it. Can you see? I've also gone ahead to weave the sleeve part. So I'll just turn it to the other side for you to see how it came out. Can you see? So I'll be doing the same thing for the other side. So I'll turn it to the other side. I've also gone ahead to whip that side too. And for the dress, I've gone ahead to weave the side parts like this. I've whipped it out like that, and then I've whipped the zipper parts side too. I've whipped the other side and also the shoulder part of it too. So the next thing we'll be doing is to attach our sleeve to the main dress. So we'll be attaching it. The joining of the sides of the dress will be putting it together with the joining of the sleeves like this. So we'll put it together like this, and then use our office pin to just hold it down. So I'll hold it down like this. So I'll be doing that all the way around the sleeve, all the way around the arm rather. I'll be doing that all the way around. After doing that, we'll be sewing it round like this, and then we'll be doing the same thing for the other side of the sleeves too. So we'll take it to the machine to sew. We'll be attaching the other side of the sleeve to the main dress too, and then take it to the machine to sew. This is it after sewing. As you can see, this is how it came out. This is the sleeve part, and I've also gone ahead to weave the sleeve part too, and I did the same thing for the other side of the sleeves too. I've weave it round. So we'll be moving to our zip parts. So I'll be using 18 inches for the length of my zip. So I'll measure the 18 inches out like this, though I've already measured it out and also stitched that part down very well. I've stitched that part very well. So if you want to do that, you measure it first and then stitch that part, so by the time you want to join it at that side, it won't lose. So after doing that like that, we'll just lose this back part like this, so we can be able to fix our zip. I'm done losing it, as you can see. So we'll be taking our zip and then place it on our dress. So we'll place it there like this. So that point I loosed, so we'll be using our zip to trace it out, because I've ironed it already, so that sign is still showing there. So I'll be using my zip to just trace it out, and then I'll use my office pen to hold it down like this. This is it after I was done pinning it down. So we're doing the same thing for the other side too, and then take it to the machine to sew. So for the down part too, we'll be folding the down part too. I added 2 inches for the sewing allowance of the down parts. So we'll be folding 1 inches first like this, and then fold it again. So we'll use our tape to measure it like this, 1 inches, and then fold it again. So we're doing that all the way around the down parts. So we'll just take it to the machine to sew. This is the outcome of it, as you can see. And you see, this is the zipper parts. It's looking very nice. And also the sleeve part too. As you can see, to the down part of the dress too, I've gone ahead to sew it, and also I've gone ahead to iron it. So yeah, we've come to the end of the tutorial. Kindly help me like this video, help me subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you can be notified when I drop more amazing contents like this. To my returning subscriber, thank you very much, and to my new subscriber, thank you so much. I love you all. Thanks for the support, for the care. Thank you very much. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.